Well, welcome to a little brief video I'm putting together here for those of us going on to the pilgrimage soon. I wanted to say a little bit of word about the topography of the Holy Land, and I hope you can kind of see this map that I'm holding. It's a 3D map, and that you'll see that the Holy Land, we have out here the Mediterranean, and then the Judean hills, and then there's a rift, a very big rift. It goes quite deep into the earth. And then mountains again on the other side. There's really two plates of the earth that are sort of pulling apart here and creating that. And the earthquakes and so on of the ancient Israel are less common today, but it is a very seismic area. Now, as you may be able to see, we're going to land here in Tel Aviv on the coastal plain. But pretty quickly inland, they go uphill into the Judean hillside, in the hill country of Judea. And these are almost like Appalachian Mountains. They have a quality, for those of us on the East Coast anyway, that we'll recognize. Now, they don't have quite as many trees, but it's still kind of the same sort of topography, rolling hills. But they're not just hills, they're mountains. And that may surprise you. You'll see that up here, then we'll move up into Galilee, up here in the north, at the Sea of Galilee. Now, when we go there, I don't know how well you can see from here, but the Sea of Galilee is surrounded on all sides, really, by hills and mountains. Very, very hilly terrain. And you need to get used to doing some climbing when we're there. There's going to be a lot of that. But I want to say, spiritually speaking, that it tells us what hardy people Jesus and the apostles and Mary and so many of the people we read about in the scriptures really were. I mean, we get winded going up a flight of stairs. They would walk 70 miles from here in Galilee in the north, all the way down to Jerusalem, which is up here. 70 miles, one way. And sometimes they would go out along the coastal plain here and come up in here. Sometimes, as Jesus did in his final journey to Jerusalem, they'd go down through the desert and up through Jericho to Jerusalem. Remarkable, I mean, just astonishing topography in the Holy Land. And again, as I hold this, maybe you can see a little bit of those hills on the video. Now, a little bit then about another aspect of the Holy Land. You go 5-10 miles, and you can be out here in near Jerusalem in the rather rich, a lot of trees and things. Go 5 miles and drop down into howling desert. In fact, down here at the Dead Sea, it's some 1,200 feet below sea level. And on Jesus' final journey, he comes up into Jerusalem, which is above sea level, 3,500-foot climb from Jericho up into Jerusalem. And he doesn't seem to be all that tired, because later that night he has dinner at Martha and Mary and Lazarus' house, and there's that costly anointing, and it upsets Judas and so on. All of these are ways of saying these were hardy people, strong people. And I hope you'll sort of see that when we go to the Holy Land. And the other thing to see is we will go on our bus travels 4 or 5 miles, and all of a sudden you're in a completely different biosphere. It's a remarkable transition you can make, just coming from the north into the south, going through the deserts, coming up over a hill and dropping down into just amazing deserts. Some of the driest deserts I've ever been in are right there in the Holy Land. So I hope you get a little bit of a sense. Down here at the Dead Sea, quite a desert, quite a desert. This is really a puddle at the bottom of the earth. That's kind of what it is. And as we come up, we follow back up into Jerusalem, we go back up into areas where there's trees and there's greenery and so on. All within 10, 15 miles, it suddenly changes. So I hope you'll appreciate that. Get ready for climbing, but have a great spiritual appreciation of the remarkable hardiness of the people who lived in this land, especially before automobiles, and see the very remarkable terrain that we'll have. Coastal plains, we have the Judean forest and hill country here, back down into howling desert in this great gap in the earth. And we won't go on the other side into the Golan Heights and all of here, but we will certainly see them. So get ready for a beautiful topography and also really an astonishing topography. Look forward to seeing you.